Hello, my name is Miss Sasha. I am a teaching artist in the PACE program with the Lafayette Parish school system in Lafayette, Louisiana. Today we are going to create a baby deer in his natural habitat and learn some really fun deer facts. The supplies that we're going to need in order to create this cute little baby deer are very simple supplies that you probably have around your house. Some scissors, some glue, any shade of brown construction paper, or the inside of maybe a box that you have. It's also brown inside of there. And maybe even some green construction paper and some crayons, some greens, blue, yellow, brown, black, and white. Now is a good time to pause the video in order to go and collect your supplies. All you have to do is press play when you get back. Now that we've gathered all the supplies to create our baby deer, let's get started. We're going to start with his background. The background is going to be what's behind the baby deer, and our baby deer will be in the foreground, just like this one. He'll be in the front, which is why we don't see the baby deer's legs, because the baby deer is tucked into the grasses in the forest. Which brings me to our habitat. The habitat of our baby deer is going to be in the forest. And a forest is a large area that's covered mostly with trees and undergrowth. And a habitat is a natural home of an environment, a natural environment of an animal and or plant, or both, like a forest. So let's start with some green grass at the bottom, right here. We're going to do zigzag lines. It's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way across the bottom of our paper. Watch. Up, down, zigzag. You can have tall ones. You can have short ones. They go all the way across. If you have a different way to do grass, that is all right with me. Great. I'll give you a little moment to get your zigzag grass. Perfect. Here we go. Let's get brown. Brown is going to be for our trees. I guess our forest is going to be more in the springtime. This forest is in the fall, and you can see the fall leaves, the reds, the oranges, and the yellows. So here we go. Our tree can be like a very tall triangle, and you can color it in. We're using brown. You can put as many trees as you would like in your forest. I'm going to put two, one on the left and one on the right. This one might not be as tall, and that's okay. Remember, our baby deer is going to be right here in the foreground. Great. I'm going to go ahead and add some branches. You can do the branches however you would like. They can go, I do like big or large branches, medium branches, and then you can do small branches all over your tree. They're just like little number ones that are all over your larger branches. So again, we have large branches, medium branches, and small branches. I'll give you a little moment to do that. And remember, you can always pause the video if you need time to get caught up. Okay? While you are doing your branches, I'll give you a little bit of baby deer facts. Newborns are able to walk within hours of birth. So not long after they're born, they learn how to walk. Let's see. Baby deers are called fawns. Female deers are called does. And male deers are called bucks. Here's a fawn. Here's a doe. And here's a buck. See, the buck has the big antlers. Great. Are you all done with your branches? Great. Now I have a few different color greens, or you can use one or both. You can put green leaves all over your branches, which are just little ovals. You could do it that way, or you could do it like I did in this picture, where I just did curly green tree. See, either one is fine. So I'll go ahead and give you a few minutes to add whatever types of leaves you want. And if you want to add two different color greens, That's great as well. See? Go ahead. Your turn. Let's see. Newborns spend 95% of their time in the bed, in their little bed, laying down. They only get up to stretch or to change positions. They rest most of the time, and they keep their legs tucked underneath them, and their bodies are and their heads are up, so they can be alerted of any types of danger. So it's pretty cool. They stay very quiet and very still. When the fawns are first born, the mom, the doe, does a really good job of cleaning the baby off, and this makes it so that the fawns are basically odorless to the predators. And she washes them by licking them clean. She deposits her own scent to keep better track of her fawn, and that way she doesn't get confused if there's other hiding fawns in the area. So she does this in order to separate her fawn from the other ones. That's pretty cool, huh? Great. Let's go ahead and we're going to add a little sunshine in the background. Watch this. I'm going to do a circle, and it can go over your green trees because the light, the yellow is much lighter than the green. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some big, beautiful sun rays. They're just big number ones that go all the way across the sky. You can make them thicker if you'd like. This just shows me that it's a beautiful, bright, and sunny day. Now that we're almost done with our background, we'll get to start creating our baby deer. You can color in the background if you'd like. I did this one with blue crayons. Just want you to know that this is oil crayons and watercolor resist right here that we use. And so the blue paint is in the background. You can take a crayon and you could do it on the side, and you can color in the background. You can go right over your trees and right in the middle of the sun rays to make it a little bit bluer in the background. If you wanted to use more than one color, you could kind of add some blue highlights if you'd like. It's all in the background. It's a bright sunny day. So there could be clouds in the sky. You could do any type of background you would like. If you wanted to put a rainbow in the background, or you wanted to make it a night sky, you could put a moon and stars. So the background can be however you like it. In fact, once we're done with this one, if you want to create another baby deer with a different background, great. You've learned how to do that. All right, let's move on. So I have different shades of brown to do. Or, like I said, you could use the inside of a box, a recycled box. I'll do dark brown. Here we go. Go ahead and actually I'll go ahead and do this brown. Right there. Perfect. Go ahead and get your brown crayon. And the baby deer's body is basically just a curved line that starts at the bottom of our paper. Watch. Curve, just like this. Perfect. And while we have our brown, go ahead and put some brown circles for the baby deer's spots. And just so you know, that an average fawn has about 294 to 306 spots on his back. They start out as two little rows of white spots that are on the spine. It goes from the neck to the tail of the baby deer's back. The rest is scattered white dots. Those dots help to form camouflage for the baby deer when he's sitting in the woods waiting for his mom to come back, or once it's up and running, then it's camouflage. And the camouflage just helps the baby deer to blend into the woods. So, and as the baby deer gets older, the spots start to dim away. So they don't have spots when they get to be big, just like this deer right here, this mom deer, the fawn. The doe. Okay, so here we go. Using the brown. There, now I have the baby deer's back. I can get my white crayon, and you could color in some of those circles, or you could put dots next to them. It doesn't matter. Remember, they have a lot of spots as a baby deer. So once I'm done with that, I can go ahead and cut my baby deer's body out. And I can use my glue to put a little squirt on the back, not too much, and then glue it in the grasses. I'm going to do it a little bit to the left. I'm going to put his head on the opposite side of this baby deer so you can see that either way is fine. So I have the rest of this brown paper I can use. Again, I'll grab my brown crayon. And the baby deer's head is a nice size oval. Look, a nice sized oval. See? Perfect. Let's go ahead and put 2 curved lines on the side of his head. Don't color it in. And 1 nice sized circle for his little nose. And don't color that in either. We are going to put a little stripe on his head. Look. Like a big number 1 on his head. There we go. Now he has a stripe on his nose right here. Just like this little guy does right here. All right. Let's go ahead and get our white again. With our white, we're going to color in this curved line and this curved line and the circle. Good. I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. While you're filling in the white, I'll give you a few more baby deer facts. At 1 week old, the fawn will discover their speed and agility. That means its little legs are starting to work, and he can figure out how fast he is, which is part of his protection when he's in the forest. So, deers can run up to 30 miles per hour. That is fast. That's about as fast as a car would drive in a neighborhood. They have fluffy white tails and big antlers. They have antlers if they're the male deer or the buck, right? Let's see. Deers are herbivores. They eat plants and grasses. They eat flowers and berries and vegetables. So yeah, they have a wide variety of things that they eat, but they are herbivores, which means they're limited to plants and grass. All right, we have that little head. Let's go ahead and get our black crayon. Great. In those 2 little white spaces on the side of his head, put a circle and a circle, a black circle in each one. Those are his little tiny eyes. Look, see? And above that, you can put 2 lines that make for his little eyebrows. There we go. And on this circle, we're going to make the letter X. And if you don't know what an X is, you can maybe ask mom or dad or one of your siblings to help you. Watch. X in there. And we're going to color the top part right here black. That'll become his little nose. You see his little black nose? Perfect. Now we have a little baby deer head. Let's go ahead and cut it out. And I'll get a little bit of glue, and glue it on. Perfect. And what are we missing? Well, we're missing his ears. Deers have really big ears. Look at these ears, how big. They're good for listening. Are you ready? Look, I still have space on the same piece of construction paper. I'm going to make 2 big ovals using my brown crayon. Watch. They can't be too big. There we go. 2 big ovals. And inside those 2 ovals, I'm going to make 2 smaller ovals. Look at that. Not too hard. Good. Now get your white crayon. I hope you remember you can pause at any moment to get yourself all caught up. All you have to do is press play again. Let's go ahead and color in those 2 tinier white circles with, those 2 tinier ovals with white, just like we did here. See? I'll give you a little moment to take care of that. Just remember that deers are beautiful creatures. They're very gentle. They're very calm. And I think a fun fact is that they're awesome at swimming. They're such good swimmers. They can swim across a pond. They can swim across a river. They're also really good jumpers. They can jump like 10 feet into the air. Or they can jump as far as 30 feet, which is the length of like a yellow school bus. That is a long jump. Did you get your white ears all colored in? What do you think we're going to do next? If you guess cut it out, you are right. One ear and two. Perfect. Let's put a little bit of glue on the back of each one. Now, look, they're not like this on the side of his head. Well, maybe a little bit on the side. This guy's on the side. This one's a little bit closer. So maybe just like this. It's okay if they go off the page a little bit, but they're definitely not like sticking up off the top like a rabbit, even though they're big like rabbit ears. There we go. There's our baby deer. Now, there's something extra you can do. If you did grab a green piece of construction paper, you can cut a little strip of green. Look, it's not very big. And if you cut it this way, you can cut out little triangles. Let me show you. See these little triangles right here? And you can go ahead and glue them like as if he's sitting behind the grass. Watch. You could put a bunch of little stripes of glue. Watch. See? I'll cut a few more. Perfect. Here we go. So it's like he's hiding behind the grass. You could also add, if you wanted to have your baby deer in the fall, you could go ahead and add fall leaves of reds, oranges, and yellows. If you wanted to add leaves in the trees, you could also add leaves like that just by cutting little ovals. You can kind of add and create extra things on your piece by just adding some cute little details. So if I wanted to add some green like that, I could. Just like that. See? Anything. Let me show you a few of my students' deers. Here's one. Here's one. You see they have green also. And here's one more. So you see they all look very, very different and they're all super cute. So we'll be posting a new lesson every day at 10 o'clock a.m. Standard Central Time for kindergarten, first, and second grade, each tied to an academic curriculum. Some lessons will be in visual arts and some lessons will be in creative movement. So be sure to come back and make art with us tomorrow. If you're interested in supporting programs like this, you can donate to the Acadiana Center for the Arts, the nonprofit who manages the PACE program, using the link in the description. Help keep our teaching artists working, share our videos, and keep making art.